Your feed knows you want the latest extraordinary updates in digital marketing. Well, you're in luck. I'm JB from Belmore Digital with my digital update for this week, Tuesday 9th December 2025. It is very nearly Christmas. This week, e-commerce PPC is finally being treated like e-commerce. AI search is deciding who exists without asking permission. Win-back campaigns still can't apologise properly. Email lists are making more money than traffic spikes, and dirty data is quietly undoing years of confident reporting. The tools keep changing, but common sense is stubbornly back in fashion. Now, if you want to know the full story, go read the full post on belmoredigital.com or stay right here on my Belmore Digital YouTube channel to watch the full-length video. And of course, don't forget to like, share, follow and subscribe to Belmore Digital wherever you see this post. Cheers! E-commerce PPC is finally being treated like e-commerce instead of lead gen with a shopping feed awkwardly duct taped on. Performance Max works when it's built on clean product data and proper conversion tracking. Amazon still owns buying intent and social remains better at warming people up than closing the deal. None of that is exactly a revelation, but judging by some ad accounts, it's still landing like breaking news. If your feed is messy and your signals are vague, the platforms will burn your budget with the confidence of someone else holding the credit card. Performance Max is powerful, but it is not kind. Give it weak inputs and it won't gently underperform. It will enthusiastically scale your mistakes. Amazon, for all its many personality flaws, at least tells you very clearly what sells and what doesn't. And social keeps being blamed for not closing sales it was never hired to close in the first place, which feels like blaming the barista for the price of the coffee beans. The fixes are dull, which is exactly why they get avoided. Clean up your merchant center feed, fix your tracking properly, separate demand creation from demand capture, stop pretending one channel can do everything just because that would make reporting easier. This ties directly to our PPC and paid social and analytics and performance work. If your e-commerce ads look busy but the money isn't following, talk to me and we'll work out which part of the machine is quietly on fire. In the meantime, don't forget to drop me a follow to get more of my updates in your feed. Cheers. AI search is forming opinions about your brand without you. Brand visibility in search is now being shaped by far more than what lives on your website, whether anyone asked for that or not. AI-driven search results are pulling from paid media, earned coverage, shared content and owned assets, and then serving up neat little summaries as if that is the full story. Your brand can now be visible, misrepresented, or ignored entirely based on what the wider internet thinks of you. And no, your last blog post alone probably won't save you. This is the part where years of treating channels as separate silos quietly comes back to collect interest. If your PR is silent, your social is random, and your content exists only for SEO, the machines do not have much to work with. AI systems are learning from patterns, not mission statements. If your brand barely leaves footprints outside your own site, you are effectively whispering in a very noisy room. The sensible move is not panic, but alignment. Your content, PR, paid media and social should all be reinforcing the same commercial story. If your messaging is scattered, that confusion now shows up instantly in AI answers. This is less about chasing algorithms and more about finally acting like one joined up business. This connects directly to our SEO and content strategy and creation services. If you would like your brand to be recognized for the right reasons when search starts answering instead of listing, talk to me. Use the details in my profile to get in touch. But in the meantime, don't forget to drop me a follow to get more of my updates in your feed. Cheers. Discounts don't fix why customers left. Most win-back campaigns still look like badly written apology notes with discount codes attached. Customers drift away slowly, usually after a series of small frustrations, then get greeted weeks later with a cheery "We miss you" email and 20% off. The problem, awkwardly, is that none of this fixes what sent them packing in the first place. Winning people back only works if the original mistake has actually been dealt with. Churn is not a creative problem. It is not a subject line problem. It is almost always a value, service, product or expectation problem wearing a marketing disguise. Discounting your way out of it might deliver a temporary bump, but it rarely restores trust. More often, it trains people to leave quietly and return only when bribed. The harder but more reliable approach is to look uncomfortably closely at where people disengage. Usage drops, support complaints, refunds and cancellations usually tell the story long before the exit. Fixing those pressure points first gives you something genuine to say when you do reach back out. This sits squarely inside our conversions and CRO and analytics and performance work. If retention is becoming your invisible growth tax, talk to me and we'll work out what's actually pushing people out of the door. Get in touch using the info in my profile and don't forget to drop me a follow while you're about it. Cheers. Segmentation is quietly making everyone else money. Shh. Email is still quietly outperforming traffic growth, largely because most businesses underuse it rather than overuse it. Huge Lists gets treated as one homogeneous blob where loyal buyers and casual browsers all receive the same messages. The outcome is predictable: lukewarm results and the vague sense that email should be doing better than this. Smarter segmentation tends to fix that without needing another cent in ad spend. Most brands happily invest in detailed targeting on social platforms. Then they abandon all that intelligence the moment someone joins the email list. After that, everyone gets the same weekly newsletter, and we all act surprised when results plateau. Without behaviour-based separation, urgency, readiness and buying power all get flattened into one average. Even basic segmentation improves things quickly. Tagged links, short surveys and purchase behaviour give enough signal to treat people differently. When messaging becomes more relevant and better timed, conversion rates usually respond without any additional traffic at all. More precision, less noise. This ties directly to our email and CRM and conversion and CRO services. If your email program mostly announces things instead of driving revenue, talk to me and we'll put it back to work. Get in touch via my profile and don't forget to follow if you made it this far. Dirty data finally meets its consequences. Modern marketing has spent years worshipping at the altar of more data, often without asking whether that data was any good. Vast tracking systems were built on assumptions, inference and generous interpretation, all neatly disguised as certainty in dashboards. Now that consent rules are tightening and platforms are withdrawing access, those foundations are starting to look a little optimistic. More data has not always meant better decisions. A lot of privacy frameworks have also been designed less for trust and more for technical compliance. Endless pop-ups, vague permissions and bundled consent have trained users to click yes without reading a word. The result is not clarity but suspicion. When people start switching things off, the reporting starts lying louder to cover the gaps. The way out of this mess is not another tracking workaround, it is permission-based measurement. Direct feedback, clean transactional data and honest performance frameworks. Fewer signals, better understood, less theatre, more truth. This lands directly in our analytics and performance and VCDO work. If your dashboards feel very confident but oddly unhelpful, talk to me directly and we'll rebuild your measurement on something sturdier than guesswork. Get in touch via my profile and don't forget to drop me a follow today. Cheers! And that's a wrap. The golden thread running through all of this digital chaos is simple. The systems are getting sharper and sloppy marketing is getting expensive. Whether it's PPC, AI visibility, retention, email revenue or measurement, the gap between busy and effective is widening fast. If any of my updates hit a nerve, it is probably worth a proper look under the bonnet before the year wraps up. Get in touch via the details in my profile or on the slide that follows. And in the meantime, don't forget to drop me a lovely follow to get more of my updates in your feed. Cheers. Please reach out to me using any of these details. Speak to you next week.